Hey everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Creates and more Planet Coaster 2. Today I'm doing something a little different and starting off with the time-lapse build. I recently asked my YouTube community if they liked how the last few videos were, which was basically showcasing everything that was built and then saving the time-lapse for the end. And I didn't get that many responses, but the ones who did respond pretty much said they prefer seeing it come together and then have the reveal at the end, which I totally get. Of course, you do kind of get spoiled of what it is I'm doing just from the thumbnail alone. But still, I try to listen to you all. Now I'm not going to do every single video this way, but I am keeping you guys' thoughts and feedback in my head. For the most part, the franchise park will probably stay a showcase and then time-lapse. But other Planet Coaster 2 videos will kind of be more like this one. Alright, so with that kind of out of the way, what am I doing today? Well, today's video is a Franchise with Friends video. But as you can see, I'm not actually in LandsDowne Park. Nope, I'm doing this build separately so that I'm not wasting money in the actual game. And plus, my friends are actually working on a few things currently, so I'm just doing this off to the side. And then once I'm done, we're going to blueprint it, and then we're going to throw it into the park. So, what are we building and blueprinting? Well, over the last few episodes, you guys have seen that work in progress corner Emporium that I just kind of was like, oh, I'm going to do that later. I've been kind of putting it off as I knew we were getting Update 6 in June. And Update 6 includes the modular souvenir shop, which was perfect for this building. Now, at the time I'm recording this build, it's about a day before the actual release of Update 6. The plan is to build the building, plop it down where it's going to go in the park, and then once we get the update, I can go in and add the modular souvenir pieces to finish it off. So this first part of the time lapse is just me putting everything together to make my new building. The theme is basically Dollar Store Disney Main Street. By that, I mean, I love the corner buildings in Disney. And that, along with Dollywood's and Kings Island's large Emporium and souvenir shops, inspired me that we need something along those lines. Both Dollywood and Silver Dollar City's biggest store is at the front of the park, and you actually exit the park through it. That's what I want for LandsDowne Park. However, LandsDowne is more of a generic Cedar Fair, now Six Flags, Kennywood, Canopy Lake kind of park. It's got that family-owned vibe to it, like Holiday World. We can't afford big, extravagant, detailed theming, but we do the best we can. So I'm kind of building that Disney Main Street corner piece on a budget. Simplifying it where I can, but still trying to make it look good. I think I achieved my goal, but you guys will have to tell me. So as always, hit me up with that feedback down below in the comments. I don't know why no one ever hardly comments on my videos. It kind of makes me a little sad, honestly. But hopefully that will pick up over the next month or so. Okay, so now you know what I'm building and my reasoning and ideas behind it, so sit back, enjoy the chill music, and my time-lapse build as we put everything together, and I will be back shortly. Okay, I've got a decent design for my corner building, and now we're back in the park. First thing I need to do is get rid of the old work in progress version of the Emporium, and then we can plop down our new blueprint. Now, I originally had the idea to put in a separate little building here as kind of a buffer zone. Something to separate the bathroom buildings and the corner Emporium building to make it fit together just a little better. I figured if I had a taller, small, thin building in here, it would fit together more smoothly. So I'm trying a few different designs. Now, as you can see, nothing I came up with was really doing it for me. I eventually just decided to try to blend them together without the building in between, and I finally came up with a good way to do that. I kept trying to design everything around that one wall on the edge of the bathroom, but then I realized I don't even need that wall, and it fits together better without it. Alrighty guys, the building is put together, it's placed down in the park, everything's fixed up on it. We are in real-time view now, and in guest view. Thought we would come in here and we'd take a look at everything the way that our peeps see everything here. So we're gonna go starting from the entry plaza. Pay no attention to up there in the air, that's a roof. You guys don't need to see that, but let's go ahead and go through our main entry gates here. And then, you know, of course, you enter into the main entry plaza, and then right there we have the grand carousel, which, I mean, I absolutely love this thing. This thing come out so good. I'm still tweaking little things on it here and there, but man, I love that. It turned out beautiful. I love the colors, everything about that. To the right, guest services, lockers, stroller and wheelchair rentals over there. And then coming over here, we have the first part of the Emporium, and as you can see, the doors are open. It's kind of a little empty in there, but the doors are open, so no longer closing the doors off to that. Decided to open those up for our guests. We got our restrooms right here with our little water fountain and our water filling station right there. And then, of course, our brand new corner Emporium building, which, you know, we're down there, that's the Emporium, this is the Emporium. It's one large one large building, kind of all connected. If we walk over here to the front of the building, you can kind of see it. Everything looks pretty good on that. It's all the way around. I've kind of added a few things since the time-lapse build. I'll get into that in just a moment, but man, that sign looks so good right there on the front of that, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks beautiful. But you know what? Let's go ahead and let's step into the Emporium. Let me turn a light on because we don't have lights in there just yet. They're coming, just not yet. As you enter the Emporium, the first thing you see is the park's big mascot sign, the LandsDowne Park hot air balloon, circling over this little table right here of plushies and caps and key rings and mugs. Yeah, I really like this. I was inspired to build something here because we have so much space in here, and this building is kind of tall, and I was thinking, you know, what can I do here? And as I started putting things together and placing down these little modular pieces everywhere, you know, I come here and I've got this big huge center space, and I was like, what if I do like a table right in the middle, right? Like a big table. We put some plushies and some stuff on it. And then as I was doing that, I got to thinking, whoa, what if we had something on that table kind of coming up? So that's when I decided to do this. I was inspired a little bit by by Dollywood. So Dollywood's in Emporium up at the main center or main entrance of the park. When you enter in, if you happen to look up, there's this huge, big like beautiful butterfly, just hanging from the ceiling, and it's such a nice like piece of scenery. It's just like that little detail, you know. And then I wanted to do something kind of like that, so I copied the LandsDowne Park rotating balloon. I shrunk it down a little bit, and I moved it in here. It's a little off-center. I thought I centered that earlier, but apparently I did not, so I'll have to fix that later. It's one of many things I still have to fix. There's a lot of work in progress in here. I want to kind of fix these like displays right here, so maybe put something in between them so they're not gapped like that. I want to put some lights in here, obviously, maybe do some track lighting. Fix the walls up a little bit. One thing I'm not happy with is these awnings. I'm probably gonna have to do custom awnings. They look really good from the outside. Well, maybe not really good. They look okay from the outside. I want to keep them. I don't want to get rid of them. But I'll probably have to do something custom because that's not gonna work for me. Nope, that ain't it, Chief. Ceiling still needs a little bit of work. Got to work on that a little bit. All in all, though, it's coming together pretty good. The floor plan, I think, is all right. I think that kind of works. A little more space than probably what you would see in an Emporium building like this, but for the game, it works out kind of well. Lots of room for our peeps and stuff to walk around. And I don't think I've seen them walk through these displays, so I believe these displays work as the barriers do. So they kind of come up here and they won't walk through them. I can, though, as a guest. I can obviously walk through that, but I don't think the guests do. I haven't seen them do it. So I could be wrong. But yeah, the floor plan's all right. A lot of bare walls. We got a really tall ceiling in here, and the walls themselves are just kind of bare, so I need to figure out how I'm going to fix that up. So that's a work in progress. The lighting, everything else, like I said. Come over here. We got some little postcards over here. I've count 3 different postcards altogether, so that's one thing I would like to see. So I do want to say that this is a great addition to the game. Frontier outdid themselves by adding this. It's fantastic. I love it. I really, really do. The one thing I would like to see maybe in the future is if they could add in some new products. I feel like even though we have a lot of stuff to choose from, I feel like, I don't know, just a little bit more variety would be nice. Like, I don't know what else we could put in here, but I don't know. It just feels like when I'm doing a store of this size, then I kind of run out and I'm just doing a lot of repeat things. And I would just rather have a little more stuff. Then again, that's just me. I mean, Frontier probably didn't intend on anybody to do a store of this size. I mean, look at that. I got to stretch all the way over to that. And we'll get over there in a moment. But I've got 2 kiosks open. I'm going to have a total of 6 altogether, maybe more. but 6 kiosks altogether for 6 different employees running everything in here. I only got 2 open at the moment because that's really all we need. And then the rest of it's going to be over here. One thing I did learn is that one kiosk can only handle about 40 shelves or 40 items or something like that. No more than that. So once you go over that 40, it won't let you. You can't add any more until you subtract something. But yeah, so I come over here, and then we got 2 more kiosks right here in the middle. So this kind of comes behind. The bathrooms are right there on the other side of that wall. So it kind of stretches over here, connects. This is the connecting hallway, so to speak, into the other part of the Emporium, the entrance. And then over here, this will be the exit out of the park into the main entryway right there, the main thoroughway, so to speak. This is all empty for a reason. I had intended, I'm running short on time, so I don't have time to finish what I wanted to do. But my thoughts, to end the video, I was going to come in, I was going to show you guys how the modular souvenir shop works, how you put it together, and just kind of a how-to. It's not hard to figure out. It can be a little tricky, but if I could figure it out, you guys can. And you know, it's just something I did want to kind of do. I just thought, you know what, let's do just a quick how-to at the end of the video, but unfortunately I don't have time for that. I've got to get this video out. I'm already, at the time I'm recording this right now, I'm already a day later than I wanted to be with this. I expected to have this out on Tuesday. Now it's looking like it's going to be a Wednesday. So I'm already behind schedule, and I just don't have time to do the how-to. But if that's something that you guys would like to see, I can totally do it. I'm probably going to do it anyway. But if you do want to see it, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button so that you can check that as soon as I drop the video for that. I'm probably going to work on it tomorrow. But yeah, just kind of a quick how-to on how everything works and puts together. But I've got so much space over here to work with, and I honestly don't really know how I'm going to do this section. I want to kind of try to mix the modular stuff up with some custom themes. And then I also have to fill up the walls and stuff too, because these walls are just really, really bare above the shelves. And I feel like we could do something there. I just don't know what. I don't know. Maybe my buddies, my friends can come in here and maybe come up with some ideas on how we can do this. But we'll have to huddle together and figure it out. This could be a job for Raven. I mean, maybe Raven Ravel could do something. She's awesome at signage and stuff like that. And if you go back and you look at what she did in my Silverwood Park with her Willie's restaurant, her interior on that, chef's kiss, it looked so good. So I don't know, maybe she could come up with some ideas on how we could decorate the walls and stuff. But I really don't know just honestly how I'm going to do that just yet. So that's probably going to be something for another video as well. So probably 2 more videos just on this Emporium alone. One will just be the how-to with the modular system, and the other one will be just finishing everything up on the interior. But that could be maybe something that's just part of another video. But one idea I kind of had, this was a piece that I didn't realize was in the game until I started working on this. Let me jump out of our guest view here so I can kind of show you. Oh, that plopped me all the way back where I started. Wasn't expecting that. Scenery pieces, and then we come in here, we go to, I type in balloon. There's actually a little hot air balloon sign, and I didn't know this existed. But maybe I could use this, since it's kind of the park's icon. Maybe we could like throw this in some places around the park or something. I did think about, let me get over here to our sign. I did think about adding it to the Emporium sign. Something kind of like that. I don't know though. What do you guys think? Does it look good there? I'm kind of torn. I'm like 50-50. I kind of like it. I kind of don't. I don't know. I'll let you guys make that decision. Let me know in the comments with or without the balloon on the Emporium sign. But yeah, I'll take you guys' feedback on that and kind of see where we can go from there. But yeah, just kind of throwing it up on those signs right there. I think might look pretty good, but it might also just be a little too much. Or maybe we can come up with some kind of design to do on the walls in here using the balloon. I don't know. I think that might be a little too much, just putting these balloons everywhere. So I don't know. Overhead view, kind of look behind the scenes here. Yes, there's no ceiling on it. The ceiling is it's way above me. I've moved the ceiling up so I could like put everything in here. So yep, that's kind of so I can just kind of work in here a little bit. Also behind the scenes view of how the bathrooms work in the park there. You're not supposed to see that. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtains right there. But yeah, I think it's a good foundation is what I have working here. I think this section looks really good. It just needs more details, and I can finish some of that stuff up. But the modular shop system, oh, I love it. This was exactly what the game needed. I would much rather have this than the flume fixes or the security guards or any of the other stuff that they've added to the game over the last few months of all the updates and stuff. I think this was the top piece right here. This was the cherry on the top. They didn't have to give us this. They did, and it's such a great addition to the game. And I think at this point, like a lot of the other creators and stuff have said, a lot of other people, I think at this point the game is about where it should have been at release. This is what I kind of expected from Planet Coaster 2 when the game came out. It is sad that it did launch in the shape that it did launch in, but I mean, they have gone out of their way to try to fix it over the last few months, and some of their choices they made for, you know, what to do first was, I don't understand, but that's just Frontier, and, you know, it's whatever. In the end, we did get a product here that I think is pretty good. So next up is probably going to be some DLC, which I am really looking forward to. I mean, having everything, I love that fact that we got the fairy tale stuff back, the pirate stuff, the sci-fi, all the different things they brought back was another great addition to the game, and it took them a little while, but we got it. We finally got everything. The game feels complete right now. It feels like what I paid for, and now I think it's just time for some DLC. It's time for some new stuff, and I'm ready to you know, dig into my pocket and pay for the DLC when we come out to get some new rides and stuff. I just hope it's not going to be like that first DLC they gave us with, it was like $15 for like 3 rides or something. That's I really hope they don't go that route. Hopefully they learned their lesson with the feedback on that. I would much rather see DLC packs like what we got with the first game. That's what I want to see. You know, $10, $11, $12, something like that. I'll gladly pay for a bunch of new rides and some scenery and stuff. I'm okay with that. I'm just not okay for paying $15 for like 3 or 4 rides. That's a little ridiculous, but yeah. I'm definitely ready to see what the future holds for the game. Maybe you guys are too. If you guys think the game feels complete now to you, let me know down in the comments below. Or is it still missing something that will bring you guys back? I know a lot of people just left the game and they just, you know, kind of like put it off now at this point, and they're not worried about the game anymore. They're like, you know, refunds or whatever you guys did. What will it take to get you guys to come back? Do you feel like the game's complete now, or does it need more to make you happy? Sound off in the comments down below. So as I was saying, I'm going to finish this off real quick with just kind of a look on the outside of the building here real quick. Some things I did kind of after the fact, after we built it, is I come in here, and when I was building everything, I was thinking about these windows up here, and I was like, oh, you know what would look really good up there is some planters. And I tried a few of the ones that we had in the game, but they just, I don't know, they weren't really looking perfect for me. And then I remembered the ones that we had in Planet Coaster 1, and then I remembered, oh yeah, those were like, that was from the fairy tale set, and we're getting the fairy tale set back in the new update. So yeah, the update is, obviously it's dropped, and we did get the planners back. So I added these onto these windows, and that just really brings everything out. Some other things I did was, I mean, honestly, just, when I was trying to put the building in here, and I had this wall right here that was just kind of in the way, and I kept trying to think about how to do that, and then I was worried too much about that wall when I should have just taken that wall out. And I fixed it. I think it's much more seamless now. I think it looks so much better. It really comes together. I could maybe take these, the molding that I did over here on this part of the Emporium, kind of continue it on down here along the walls here. I think would look okay. I don't want to do too much detail work, because then we're getting into Disney territory, and I want this to feel like, budget kind of feel. Like I was saying in the time lapse, I don't want to go expensive. I want to go dollar store Disney. That's essentially what we're looking for here. I think I accomplished it. What do you guys think? Do you think I pulled off the theme and the idea that my vision? Do you think I have completed that at this point? Love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. Still got some more stuff to do. We can kind of continue this along over here. I've got some ideas on how to continue it along our little midway here, right in front of the Yankee Looper. I've got Christmas. He's working on currently doing some stuff. Joe K5 is doing also. He's got some stuff he's working on. So things are moving behind the scenes right now, and you guys will see some of that in some future episodes, which I'm going to try to do about one a week right now. One Planet Coaster 2 video a week, I should say. It may not always be LandsDowne Park, because I do have a couple of things that I'm working on, which you guys will find out soon. I don't want to reveal too much right now, but I am working on a couple of other park ideas. So just kind of throwing that out there. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video anyway. I like this view right here, right down here, with the tree just kind of barely over and the coaster in the background. I think this is a great view right here. It's all coming together, and it's starting to look really, really good, and it's starting to really come to life. But I digress. So thanks for watching, guys. For everybody who's watched this far, if you're not already a subscriber on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you like what you saw. If you didn't like what you saw, I guess thumbs down. Although I would like to hear why. So if you do happen to give it a thumbs down, just let me know why. What was it that made you feel compelled to hit that thumbs down button? That's the one thing as creators that we never really get. We'll get thumbs downs, but we never know. Do you just hate me, or did I piss you off, or is it something you just didn't like about the park and you're like, oh, I don't like that, so thumbs down. What needs to be fixed? That's the only way we can fix something, and maybe bring you guys back. I don't know, maybe you just don't like the sound of my voice. Maybe you think I just talk too much. I don't know. But that's gonna do it. Wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thanks for joining me here in LandsDowne Park. I will see you in the next video.